minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, okay, we're going that. Okay, let me think about this. Okay, first goal. What minutes are you saying? Second half goal?
Second half, early second half, like
Shall we say?
around 50th, around 50th, guys.
Okay, cool. There we go.
Because they might go, they obviously have additional time towards the end of first half, so that will probably end around what, 47,
Probably,
40,
yeah.
yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, early.
That's good and
Why are
early.
you guys getting so like,
We just want to, like, we make the games real interesting.
Yeah.
We take it so in depth
Yeah.
and be like, how close can we get? Just for
Okay.
fun. I'm going to say, let me see. Let me just use my crystal ball over here. I'm going to say 21st minutes will be the first goal.
Early.
And yeah?
I'm gonna go earlier. I'm gonna go Ronaldo's shirt number. 7th minute goal.
Yo, that'll be a perfect start.
I was also thinking early, but I'm thinking 15th minute.
15.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Also
this is
because it's
tight.
my favorite.
Charge of the third place playoff in his native country 4 years ago when Croatia defeated Morocco. So the better perhaps in the long run.
All right.
Been running rather long.
I'm rolling Dolo. We had technical difficulties. Would have loved to have the boy on because I know nothing about soccer. But big shout out to me for pulling through anyway. I wasn't going to do it. I was like, my dog's not here. I'm not going to do it. I was just like, I'm not going to do it, bro. But I mean, I've already committed, so I might as well. I might as well, bro. I honestly might as well. I might as well. See through. Look, if the stream bombs, it bombs. At least I will have tried. Let me just mute that. Like, if the stream bombs, then it bombs, bro. At least I tried to see it through. Yeah, I tried to see it through. So, what's happening?
And up front, it's the 35-year-old talisman for DR Congo, Cedric Bakambu, who needs just 2 goals at this finals tournament to become his nation's all-time leading goal scorer.
Let me just make sure I am on live.
Top of the order of business, Stephen Kelly, Cristiano Ronaldo, and so much narrative around him, and particularly in the light of what we saw from Lionel Messi last night. He was always going to start. Can he make an impact, and how important will he be over the course of the next month or so here?
Let's see, is this thing even working, bro?
Who's handled pressure his whole career, but the gauntlet Messi's laid down last night is
I had to grab me a little drinky drink.
There's always that kind of rivalry between.
Shout out to everybody in the chats.
So yeah, it's really
If there's anybody,
it's Martinez managing Ronaldo, Ronaldo managing Martinez. So it's the narrative around this, and it's great.
I don't want to get like
But you still fancy him for
my channel blocked. I could honestly stream the game for you guys, but I'm not allowed to. Ooh. But I'm listening, so probably, hopefully they don't stop the channel. Horns. Can I get the horns? I feel so naked without my horns. DJ Horn.
Expectation hangs around the air in Houston tonight to see what Portugal can bring to the World Cup party. So often they've made it so far in tournaments only to fall at the penultimate hurdle.
I need to grab myself a drink though.
That certainly was the case at the quarter-final stage when they were beaten, deservedly so, on the night 1-0 by Morocco. Still, you've got to go back all the way to 1966 to their best ever World Cup performance when they finished on the podium in 3rd place, beating the Soviet Union in the 3rd place match, having beaten England in the group stages on their own patch with the great Eusebio and co. Can they settle into the rhythm early this evening in Houston? A couple of those changes in the back 4 as it is will be interesting to keep an eye on, and as always setting the tempo and the pace from that deep line midfield position is Vitinha.
Yes, that is too loud.
That back 5 that we talked about, potentially a 4, but it's very evidently a 5. the three in front, and just trying to condense, keep tight areas, no passing between the lines for them, and just
Big tune to anybody watching the stream. I hope it's working, man.
DR Congo will be set up to expect to play a huge amount of this 90 minutes on the defensive without the ball. That's what they can do in transition when they do take it back off Portugal. Huge cheer goes around the stadium for the first involvement for Cristiano Ronaldo after 120 seconds. Pops one back into midfield and then takes up position around the penalty area. The ball doesn't find its way into the 18-yard box. And Portugal have possession back again. That was nicely worked from Renato Vega.
Yeah, danger. That's quite interesting as well, isn't it? The centre-back pairing. Only 18 caps between the two of them. Very inexperienced for this level, considering what they have on the bench. But obviously, Martinez feels like that's what they need.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, remember, and well, this expanded tournament means, and we've seen evidence of it in the opening 7 days or so, that perhaps teams don't have to go all gung-ho for 3 points in the opening game. Ball lifted into that penalty area where it was headed away by the captain. Chantal Mbembe is so important to everything that DRC do in this game. He leads by example and has done for many a long year. First free kick of the afternoon.
Cancelo diving in. But I feel that centre-back pairing is more almost, you know, you're picking horses for courses. In this game, you feel Portugal dominate behind up the pitch and leaving those two at the back. They've got pace to be able to cover those big distances a little bit more than the more experienced centre-back. So, you can see that's what they're going for.
Masawaki wearing number 26, hugging the touchline on this side, and that's the shape that DR Congo will deploy through much of the evening. Kapawati, perhaps an interesting selection in there in that back three, as it will be on occasion. They can't afford to turn the ball over in their own final third, though. DR Congo, this is Cristiano Ronaldo. Almost a first-sighted goal for him. Huge expectation every time he touches the ball.
The volume just goes up, isn't it? It's actually incredible to think. It's just, there's so many fans here for just him.
Swept wide to this right-hand side and picked up by João Cancelo. Portugal quite happy to play the possession game, try and eke out an opening, force DR Congo to come from that deep low block that they're deploying. Fizzed in towards Ronaldo, but he had made the run inside the penalty area. Easy read for Chantal Mbembe and a chance to clear, and it'll be a lonely furrow at times up there for Cedric Bakambu.
Yeah, you feel like it's going to be a tough afternoon, just feeding off scraps for the centre forward in between those two centre backs.
A loose touch invites the interception from Portugal, and almost something on the end of that from Bernardo Silva. One or two nervy moments at the back there as they look to try and play their way out of defensive situations, DR Congo.
Yeah, a couple of occasions now. Neto nicked in and got one, Bernardo Silva as well, and they have to be careful with that because you don't want to invite pressure on from this side and get yourself caught out of position, losing the ball in those areas.
Bruno Fernandes, how important he will be over the course of the tournament for Portugal as he looks to carry that imperious domestic form into the international stage. Excellent ball whipped across the face of that DRC penalty area, the 6-yard box. Nobody there to put a toe on it. Lifted back into the centre again. Beautiful header, what a goal. João Neves. Inside 6 minutes, the first real piece of quality from a wide position. Picks out the run of Neves. It's a sublime header that finds the corner of Lionel Apache's goal. Nothing the DR Congo goalkeeper could do about it. And Portugal in Houston have liftoff at this World Cup.
It's such a wonderfully timed header for Neves. Great timing into the box. One of the smallest players in the pitch, but gets up, puts it in that far corner. Neto with a really good cross. Ronaldo occupying the man, and Neves just finds his way into that position, and it is a fantastic header, just a guide into that far corner. Wonderful. That's a great angle of it as well. And Portugal, the start they want, that means will Congo come out now? Will DR Congo come out and try and press them, or try and play a little bit more? And will that lead into Portugal having a little bit more joy in the forward areas? But it's a wonderful header from someone who's been absolutely scintillating all season for PSG.
Fourth goal for his country, his 22nd appearance, and he took it absolutely brilliantly.
I'm just gonna go pour myself a drink
Who's
here.
had one of his more prolific seasons in front of goal. Think back to the Champions League semi-final, first leg goal against Bayern Munich. Symptomatic of his game all season long. And he spread the goals around really well. Portugal, so an early setback for DR Congo, who's retractable roof means, of course, they can air condition the stadium, so the conditions aren't too bad despite the high humidity outside the stadium, and certainly it'll be dry for the duration.
Yeah, it is. These hydration breaks, it's a hard concept for me to get my head around, especially when, listen, if the temperatures sort of absolutely sweltering and you know it's needed because, welfare of the players, it's understandable, but at the moment now, they're being guaranteed just because of the nature of the World Cup, and it's a complete change. Like you have a full tactical break here, reassess things, and whether the momentum shift changes based, like if you're on top, you may lose your momentum, or else you may gain some. It's a very different football. It really is.
Interesting to try and get a read on the situation around Roberto Martinez, of course, who's had such success elsewhere. You think of Belgium, 6 years he was there, third in 2018 at the World Cup. It seems to be an uneasy relationship he has with the president of the federation, and it might take them to go all the way to the final or even win the tournament for him to prolong his stay at Portugal.
I think it's for Martinez, for me, that Belgian side underachieved. I think that generation of Belgian players, at one point, every single player in that team was absolutely sensational. I know they did well to get to the level they got to, but you feel they didn't do it. This Portuguese squad is an absolute squad. Like, go through the bench, you look at Felix, Rafael Leao, Ruben Neves, Ruben Diaz on the bench. It's a squad that should go deep into a competition and really compete. There's going to be a lot of questions about Martinez if they don't go on. But listen, they got it to a good start. They're comfortable in this game, aren't they? They really are. They're in the second, third gear at the moment.
So we restart them with a throw into DR Congo over on that far side. Down the line it goes to Bakambu. Yet really is to trouble the Portugal goal, apart from that one strike across the bows of Diogo Costa from Vissa. Nasser Waku deployed on this left-hand side of that back five. They've managed just to kill that early momentum that Portugal had. Ronaldo made the run in behind. He's disappointed he didn't get the pass from Mendes. Renato Vea will take it back from Vitinha as Portugal look to build again. That ball clipped over the top. A real potential here now for Portugal. Two in the centre. Ronaldo makes the run towards the near post. Bernardo Silva at the back. And the cross from Pedro Neto reaches neither.
Just a great opportunity, it really is. Neto just times his run excellent. Just a little drop and go, spinning behind. Left back out this side is playing him on, and he has to put this deeper. He has to put it closer to the goalkeeper to allow Ronaldo to try and get onto it, or try and play pass him for Bernardo Silva behind. But it's not a great cross from him after the work early on.
A little tepid and timid in his approach from Pedro Neto. Portugal take the corner short and work it all the way back from Vitinha. Now it's lifted into that channel again. Mendes always lurking. The covering player had to be absolutely sure. 7 or 8 DR Congo players inside their own penalty area. Cancelo, Vitinha, time and space to try and pick out a runner ahead of him. Patience is the key again. Discipline in terms of their defensive shape, the order of the day for the defending side. DR Congo again. Cancelo is the route, and Ronaldo made that little run in behind Axel Tuanzebe. It almost reached him.
That's a better ball. Cancelo just whips in behind the defence. Keeper's hesitant, he doesn't know whether to stay, and Ronaldo hasn't got the running behind quick enough to be able to get that. Maybe a few years ago that potentially on the end of that, but it's a wonderful ball in from Cancelo.
Teasing, probing ball. Maybe that's one of those chances where you wonder about the sharpness of Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, it was a yard too far in front of him, but And yesteryear, maybe he might have got a little bit closer to it. There you go. Tail of the tape, 275 completed passes as against 55 for DR Congo. That might not count for too much if they can fashion a cross into the penalty area here with 4 or 5 players waiting. Towards that near post, just in behind Bakembo again. So often the target, maybe it should have been lifted more towards the back post where 2 players were waiting. Oh, it's a wonderful ball if it. Oh, it's just slightly overhit. It was audacious.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes, you can see first time just trying to ping it out to Neto on that left wing.
Well, they flooded the Portugal penalty area. They certainly, when the opportunity is there, there is a little bit of a risk and reward approach for DR Congo, and you've got to applaud them on that.
It was well worked on the right hand side. Wan-Bissaka, good little give and go. The cross a little bit higher on it just to beat that first man.
The ball watched all the way by Mendes. And tidying up is Vitinha. Always just looks so comfortable.
That word tidying, literally, you can just pull every ball. He looks so, caught there. But he's so comfortable. He looks like time stands still when he receives. He's one of those players that makes it look so easy.
Ever present in qualifying, 6 out of 6 starts for the PSG midfielder. For him, he's now played over 200 times. 4 titles before that in Portugal. 2 doubles, in fact. £40 million, the transfer fee 4 years ago now in 2022. Now there's a nasty clash there. It's going to bring the second caution of the evening. The yellow card straight out. And some concern for Pedro Neto here. A member pleading his innocence. Evidence suggesting he definitely, with a flailing arm, may have caught Neto in the throat.
Yeah, it's a painful one there.
Right.
It's the drag of the jersey back that he gets done for.
I'm back.
There's not really much wrong with that. His arm is by his side, but as he realises he misses the ball, he just absolutely hooks back his jersey, and that's where the ref has spotted. He was quick to see that. I don't know what he's arguing about. It's a booking.
All right. Seems we're going to have to do the show solo dolo.
It's a free kick.
The score is Portugal 1, Congo 0.
And they carry numerous threats. Renato Vega's made his way forward. Into the penalty area it goes. DR Congo recover their position and their composure to see it clear.
It's a good ball. Bemba, good position.
Congo fans going crazy.
That was dropping. Wasn't easy to get decent contact on it.
Again, moving forward in numbers and rather swiftly. That's a lovely little shift to open up the opportunity. Deflected shot through, safe into the arms of Diogo Costa in the end. But it opened up in front of Kayamba.
Wonderful little turn.
Streaming comes with the good and the bad. This is somewhat the bad.
Araujo maybe could have caused Costa a few more problems, but fell kindly into his hands. But it just shows every now and again they get that little bit of a turn in the middle of the park and they have a bit of space.
Well, they came into this World Cup lauded for their defensive resilience and their lack of concession of goals in the qualifying campaign, and freely putting their hand up to admit that they could be a little bit sharper in front of goal. You just get the impression from what we've seen in the opening 34 minutes, if they were willing to be a little bit more forward thinking and progressive, they could yet hurt Portugal. I temper that by saying if you open yourself up, of course nobody is better placed to punish you than Portugal at this tournament.
I think you can do it slightly more against this Portuguese side than you could against other teams, just because
underdog crowd brings energy. The favorites lack. Yeah, true. You'd sort of believe the Portugal has like more of like a bigger support base, I guess. Jeez, this drink is like messing up my face here.
Minutes here as well. A lot of the Portuguese attacks have come from that left-hand side.
side.
I'm just gonna scroll on Twitter, look for the funniest
Like I
comments.
said, the right-hand side, it's more players tucking in. Cancelo trying to create
Congo
that
fans
run,
are already
Cancelo
in
coming
full
inside.
celebration mode before playing Portugal. Bro, the match hasn't even started. They're acting like they already beat Ronaldo. You see, everybody just wants to see Ronaldo.
It's gone the other way.
I so wish I could just give you this live stream, but we are afraid of the law,
That space for himself,
you know?
and then the deflected
Afraid
shot.
of getting
Not really enough on
banned
it
here on
to
the
test
channels.
Costa.
Once again, shout out Issa Matthews. Eish, my dog, would have been dope.
It goes without saying that was a sighted goal. 10 minutes to half time. You're just wondering
Could have been dope.
how many significant touches.
I'm
in
just
the
seeing
game
it through,
Cristiano
man.
Ronaldo had, and more importantly, how many inside the
I'm just seeing
DR
it through.
Congo penalty area.
I wasn't gonna
He's
continue. I
come
was just
short
like,
here. Potential to pick it up off Cancelo.
Well, for as much as their possession they've had, they're not
let's
creating
see, do we even
anything at
have
all,
any
Portugal.
viewers?
A couple of movements down the left-hand side, a couple of crosses flashed across the box that no one got on, but there's nothing really significant from their attacking play. That's probably credit to the Congolese for their shape and their organisation.
Oh, that's a lovely threaded through ball from Renato Vea. Almost found its target. He's looked likely, Pedro Neto, on that side in particular. Just couldn't get his body sorted out in time to take it.
Yeah, I
honestly
he almost
thought,
felt it was going to be
Portugal would have
intercepted.
scored
He
more
wasn't
goals
waiting
by
for
now.
it. He didn't anticipate it coming through, and then it was a reaction.
Just maybe need to look after the ball. At times a little bit better, easy said for DR Congo, but they've been turned over again. There you go, 3 attempts at goal to 1. Statistic at the top left-hand corner of your screen, of course, which is the all-important one.
Even for all the possession, like not even a shot from outside the area, which, you know, it's not like Ronaldo not to have a crack from distance, just hasn't been on it.
Hasn't had the opportunity. Free kick that time conceded by Kayemba. It might be picked up here by Bakambu. Vissa off in chase, and timely interception by Arujo. He's looked pretty comfortable back there.
He has, yeah. But that's exactly what we're
Like,
talking
people
about
are doing
beforehand.
everything to like
Those two
scam.
centre-backs just being left almost to
the
deal with
live.
it themselves.
10 games in the initial
Tough the
qualification
paddies.
phase for DR Congo, of
For
which they
Congo.
won 7. The 2 defeats to, well, Senegal really in particular. They were 2 goals up and lost 3-2. That scuppered any chances of direct qualification. And now Mendes in behind. Similar ball once again. 3 to pick out inside the penalty area. Tried to roll it to the feet of João Neves, and it was cleared. Oh, that's loose. Ronaldo on the move inside the penalty area. Mendes and Neto on that far side. Bruno Fernandes. Portugal looking to punish what was some pretty loose defending from DR Congo. Again, they're back to walking pace now. Bruno Fernandes, it's space in front of him. Drilled it in towards the penalty area. Was blocked by Chancellor and Bemba, and away come DR Congo now. Potential maybe for Bakambu. Needs support, and it duly arrives from Kayemba. He's had a decent half. Doesn't really have an outlet, and it just takes all the sting out of the attack. Portugal able to get themselves reset defensively, get men behind the ball. Lifted in first time. Vega gets his header away. Times like this, they're quite happy to play at training pace almost. Fernandes just takes the sting out of it. Vitinha controlling things, and DR Congo get set behind the ball once again. Neves. Thomas Arujo. João Cancelo.
What's interesting is when you see the ball go wide
We
with
have to score the goal first.
And then do the celebration.
And then celebrate.
I'll show you an
Okay.
example.
No pressure.
So,
Just
for
to show you.
example, one of us scored not a bicycle, back heel the
Back
other
heel.
day.
Yeah.
So for example,
Oh, okay.
like I'm waiting for the cross. This is how I scored the other day.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm waiting, and then goal, and then I'll just do Bruno's celebration.
Okay.
It's that simple.
Right.
You
Just like
decide,
that. You
but
score
take
your
your
goal.
time.
You
No,
score your
think
celebration.
about it. Unless you have it
Think about
already.
it. Think about it.
Yeah, okay.
But at
I'm
some
definitely
point
thinking about it.
during this game,
We
gotta
will
see
all
some-
be
We will
celebrating.
celebrate.
Yeah.
We will
We
celebrate.
can actually jump
Okay.
into our predictions because obviously
Yeah.
it's Portugal versus DR Congo. Big game for Ronaldo, especially like.
Bernardo Silva. 6 minutes to half-time, and Portugal lead by virtue of that. João Neves header after 6 minutes. Direct approach, lifting it through, trying to seek out the run of Bruno Fernandes.
That's what they need. That's what I was talking about. Just that run, that third man run from the middle of the park, just stretch this Congolese defence and create some space.